sunset. Made a point to light a joint there in the sunset. But when I took out my phone to prove this even happened, I couldn't record it and the aliens are laughing. The UFO turned me into a clown. My friends think I'm crazy, I can't turn around. I think I'm going crazy, crazy. You killed a cow to show your love to a God that would kill you just to prove its love for an alien beneath you. Now what will you do? What will you have me do to try to even stop it? Is it heresy? Oh God, I think I'm going crazy. Take a drive to feel alive. I saw you there in the sunset. I made a point to light a joint there in the sunset. But when I took out my phone to prove this even happened, I couldn't record it and the aliens are laughing.
My birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. 'Cause Gary Nolan blocked me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me why he shared Chris Bartell's brain scans on TV. It's my birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. 'Cause Gary Nolan blocked me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me what aliens are planning, and I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scans. And I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scandals. It's a shame. I brought all my homies to the stage. I'm taking those bites, now my shingles are flaring. It burns when I breathe, but there is no comparing to the shade. Must feel like to simply be Darren Reed. Oh Lord, you make Darren Reed. Darren used his ex-wife to execute a plan to remove the
So I gotta go. Out of pity, where your mama at? Papa soda. It don't matter where the drama at. Bitch, you gotta fall out the state, but it's with that. What you know about Tractor Lords on 6 and clay trapping? I got a 40 cal, ain't that a tall white dame I met at a party out in Compton, and I'm high, super fucking high now. It's bopped and we mobbed and Bugatti in a UFO and it's autopilot and I can't see the road, and that's a feature. I'm getting dome in a UFO built by Nazi witches from a time portal set up by Egyptian mystics in a Cold War time walk through different dimensions. It's a fucked up system of egos and bitches. Anyways, I'm getting domed up by white girl on white girl. Space coke. Wanna find orbs on coke. I told the Pope that we got the bag and coming through.
Uh-oh. I like that intro. It's super creepy, but we got to get rid of this overlay here. We got to figure it out. There it is.
What's
There
up,
it is.
Cuba?
What up, man? Welcome to
I'm still working
Skyfire
on this
News.
Oh yeah, sorry, go.
Oh, that was just it was a little half-ass intro. I figured I might as well get it out of the way now. Welcome to Skyfire News. We give you the UFO news and culture daily. All the updates you need as far as technology, Congress, UAP, terms, history, all that stuff. And today we got a good show for you guys again. We're coming from you live from Tupacabra YouTube account. Subscribe if you guys want to. We're keeping it alive while we figure out the Skyfire News YouTube situation, which is a drama in and of itself. And yeah, for now, welcome to the show.
Yeah, and maybe I don't know. Send out that link or something, because dude, this freaking document, and it's like time sensitive, right? Like this should have been shared when like yesterday. Yeah. So somebody else wants to maybe, like,
You know what? I couldn't hear you for a little while. Now I can. Welcome back. I put the StreamYard link in the chat. Red, will you do me a favor? You could chill for a second. I'm going to play a video from the initial Vegas kid alien sighting that happened. And I think we should go into the new developments, because there are some new developments. The kid from the Vegas sighting is claiming Hitchhiker effect. What is that? Why is it important? Why do we believe it? We just do. Okay. So,
yeah, this
you
was
guys,
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Red, send out some invites. I'm going to play this initial body cam footage from the initial contact with police and Vegas alien kid. Here we go.
With like 8 to 9 feet, no clothes, green-colored men, not human. With like the eyes were glowing, and it was not a human being. So. Did you see it?
Huh?
Did you see it?
Yeah, me and him saw it.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like around 10 feet tall.
Because I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or?
They see like a big, that's what they say. They see like a big something with legs.
Can we go down to
I have a big yard in the back. You can see.
I see a cat over there.
No, please, can you check because this people is not going to let you sleep tonight. Oh, yeah, good.
Do you have cameras?
One camera, but it's down to the company. I'm gonna take the camera.
The landlord is the only one who can see the camera.
Did you see it? No? I'm kind of curious now. I want to know if there's aliens.
I was with the iPhone. I say, maybe.
This guy's a little too.
Look at this door.
Where did they go?
Well, they say that. I'm gonna show you.
You have a dirt backyard. Can you show me if there's a... And I'm sorry, did you see them go anywhere? No, you didn't. Did they probably go that way?
Real quick, we got someone backstage. We got a member backstage. We did. Glad I didn't go too.
Who was it?
We'll let it be known if that person comes back.
UFO Shane is doing a space with right now.
No, who's UFO doing a space with right now?
UFO Shane's doing a space with Lou reviews right now.
I'm calling in. We're going in. Chat, do we go in? Do we go in live? Is that what I'm doing? I think so.
This document gotta be forgiven.
Hey, did you guys... Hey, this might sound like a really dumb question, but did you guys see anything fall out of the sky? Yeah. We got a call, and one of my partners actually said that they saw it too. So, if you happen to see any, like, I'm not BSing you. If you see any
footage?
No, like if you see any, like, little, well, not little in this case. They're claiming 8 to 9 foot tall green beings that were in their backyard. Sounds crazy, but you never know. Your neighbors, your fine neighbors over here. But again, I would normally discount it as probably not
These
real.
neighbors right here?
Yes. I would normally discount it as nothing. However, seeing as one of my partners said they saw it too, only reason I'm actually investigating it further.
So the cops showing up to this event kind of like had a feeling that something was up anyway. The guy's partner said he saw something fall out of the sky. The people so far, they don't seem like they're hoaxing anything. This is really, I don't know, it's kind of intense, man. This is bananas.
Yeah, I thought this was really
super
interesting. I don't know. This is one of those ones, right, where it was like people were very quick to call it off. Remember there was that dude who was like on the ground there, and they were like, dude, they set up cameras and took him down, and I don't know. This is one that was like easy to quickly write off, but then when you look a little bit under the surface, it was a little weird.
Dude, it's super weird. Okay, I'm going to try to buzz around. This goes on for about 8 minutes, so we got about 5 minutes left, but I don't want to lose any details here. I think this is kind of important.
So if you guys see
context.
anything, especially in your backyard, please call 911. Not a human being. So, yeah. Green-colored men, not human.
Whoops.
They said they saw something fall from the sky. They checked their backyard and they saw something with like 8 to 9 feet, no clothes, green-colored men, not human, with like the eyes were glowing and it was not a human being. So.
How's she reacting, dude?
What's up? Yeah, there's multiple people in this home, so we already checked. Huh? More than one. So if you see anything, just give us a call, okay? Hope you have a good night. Take care.
This could be the beginning of a found footage horror film, you know? Some sci-fi stuff. This would be amazing.
It is, it sounds like.
Let's go talk to the family again.
Your neighbor's still going around looking, so. I don't know. Did you guys have, I'm sorry, no surveillance, no video?
The camera don't belong to us.
That's from the company camera. So, no, the one of the posts.
So the landlord got a camera on the post here. Over here, I'll show you.
Well, they don't see it. They see it.
Yeah, the landlord has it, so they don't have access to it, but someone
Okay.
else has access to it. So yeah, like I said, we'll ATL the area, and we'll be around here for the night.
I'm going to the hotel, man.
Yep. I don't blame you. All right, man. We appreciate you calling. Give us a call if you see
I wanted to
anything
find some aliens.
else.
Well, hey, if those 9-foot beings come back into your backyard, you call the police and we'll come back here.
Sure.
Okay?
Somebody call. If those
Yeah.
things come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that. Somebody call NASA. Tell them stop. I'll drive by and wave at you guys. You're on your own, bro.
All right, take care, guys. Have a good one. All right, Slim, let's just regroup over here, okay?
Let's see what they say. I want to know what they say behind closed doors about this.
Keep going around and around.
We got the wheel. On the.
Ateneca Marshall. Ateneca. I told my neighbor what we saw. He's like, no way. He's like, get the security cameras. I gotta see.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. He told me enough.
No, mama.
Police, officer. Before that or after that, she said.
Yeah, we were on a call by the Target right down there, in the Bonds, and she saw what she thought was a shooting star fly in the sky. She saw something.
My son,
I believe in these things.
I don't believe, but Mom,
You
I
see
swear
the
to God,
officer?
so we're not putting God in
Told
this,
her
you
that,
know.
hey, I see a big
But
light.
I
Uh-oh,
don't
we got a
see
guest
it.
I'm not. I mean, I believe stuff. I don't know, but listening to their stories, like I'm back there with like chills on my arms.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's creepy.
You guys got the chills?
Yeah, it's weird, bro.
Why am I the only one who's like, okay?
It's weird. Just the fact that our partner saw something at the same exact
I put
time.
it back. I put it on my feet. I put it.
Weird.
I was like,
Your
what?
neighbor's still going around looking, so. don't
Yeah.
Did you guys have, I'm sorry, no surveillance, no video?
The cameras don't belong to
Camera,
us.
so that's from the company camera. So
Hasta los postes de luz.
on the post, the one on the post.
There's one back there, but
The
there's
landlord got a camera on the post here. Over here, I'll show you.
Where
No,
is
they
the
don't
light?
see it. They see it.
yeah, the landlord has it, so they don't have access to it, but someone else has access to it. So yeah, like I said, we'll ATL the area, and we'll be around here for the night.
I'm
So
going to the hotel, man.
yeah, I don't blame you. All right, man. We appreciate you calling. Give us a call if you see anything else, okay?
Aliens.
I know. Legit, bro.
Wait, if those 9-foot beings come back.
No, hey. If those 9-foot beings come back, don't call us. All right?
There it is. There it is. Pretty weird. They seem pretty shook up about it. I'm going to a hotel, you know, like he didn't seem too pumped to have seen what he's seen. Is that a Lightning McQueen shirt he's got on? I love it.
Hell yeah. Do you see we got someone backstage?
Oh, who do we got? Bim Jim.
I have no idea. This might be risky, but let's go for it.
Let's go. Bim Jim, listen, here's the deal. We're rolling the dice. Bim Jim, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for letting me on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. You're coming in pretty loud and clear.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Well, when I saw that backyard alien in Las Vegas, I said, that's the guy who's been visiting me. It's the same one. I have met that same alien.
Same individual or same type?
The same type. I'm pretty sure. Now, I call him a tall white. The one fella, I call him my friend. He's come to visit me 6 times. Okay.
What's that been like?
Well, very interesting. I'm not the sort of person to be afraid of any paranormal thing. Now, this the first time he came to visit me was 2002.
Okay.
But before that, leading up to that, I've had many paranormal experiences. Only one UFO sighting, but a lot of cryptids and spirit animals. And I learned from the native people here, from the native knowledge keepers. I learned about all the different creatures that live in the forest and so on. And
so what makes you so certain that you've had 6 contact experiences with this individual being?
Okay, there's one little clue or hint that really convinced me was when the kid said, he said that the creatures got into one of their machines there and tried to drive it. Do you remember that part?
Walk us through it, please.
Well, in the video, I've watched all the videos, listened to the what I call the Las Vegas backyard alien. I've watched all the videos, listened to it all, and at one point, the guy says that at least two of the aliens got into one of their machines. Like you see
The forklift in the back, right?
Yeah. It's a front end loader or something like that, and yeah, and the aliens got in there. Well, these guys. Now you have to understand. I consider this alien my friend. He has a sense of humor. He's very, very intelligent. He communicates by telepathy.
This is the one. What's his name? Does he have a name?
I don't have a name for him. No.
But this is the same one that you've communicated with 6 times, right?
I've seen him, or let's say he's come to visit me 6 times.
What are those like?
Hmm?
What are those visitations like?
Well, like I say, I've had all these other paranormal experiences. I mean, I saw ghosts and this and that, and met other types of what I think are aliens as well. So, when I saw something unusual happening around me, I didn't freak out. I don't run away screaming, and I'm not a fearful person, because a lot of my paranormal experiences have been primarily in the daytime, mostly friendly or neutral. And so, I'm just not afraid when something like that happens. So the first time he came to visit me, I was in a kind of library sitting at a computer. This is 2002, and I was just learning computer. And I went to that place where I was at. It's a storefront, is what it is. It's an NGO storefront.
Can you describe the being like?
Yeah. Well,
is it the same like description? Like what is it? 9 feet tall, 7 feet tall?
It's 8 feet tall. I saw
right in the middle. I like that.
He's 8 feet tall. Yeah, I saw him relative to other things and measured his height. So he is 8 feet tall, plus or minus a couple inches, maybe.
Perhaps. He has no problem dunking. Okay. And now you communicates purely through telepathy, or does he have
speech? He can speak also. When he first spoke to me, like the first time he came to visit me, he did speak in his own voice, which was kind of surprised me because he's got an odd voice. It doesn't fit what he looks like. High squeaky voice. I'll even
a high voice for a tall guy. That would be kind of surprising, actually. That would be eerie.
I'll imitate him. The first thing he said to me was, "What's this?" Like kind of a strained voice. "What's this?" he said, and he put his hand. Okay, I have not. I could tell the story in order that it happened properly.
Before we get to the story, I want to kind of build an image for our listeners, right?
Okay, well, that's what I would do. Yeah.
Right, but I want to know, like, what did this being, I need more descriptions, is what I'm asking. Physical descriptions, and how did he approach you? Was it like
well, that's what I was just going to tell you. I was going to tell you in order what happened, right?
Sure. But before we dive into story hour, and that's the thing.
He has very long, skinny legs, long, skinny hands.
There it is.
Put his hand was 2 feet away from my face.
And where were you?
I was sitting at a computer.
Oh wow! Public library, at a desk, work. Were you working?
That sort of thing. No, I was explaining that it's a storefront that has a bunch of computers in.
Oh, like a little cafe, like an internet cafe.
People to come in and use the computers for free, right? And it's a poverty NGO where I work. And I worked I volunteered at the food bank, and I was doing all these other things, advocating for people in poverty and helping disabled people, because I've been disabled myself, and things like that, right? So the point is, there was computers at desks, and a bunch of them, and I had my back to the front door, and I'm sitting there working at the computer, and I put my CD. I had my favorite music CD with me, and I put it on the desk to my right, and I heard a noise behind me. I turned around and looked, and there were these 5 odd-looking individuals trying to get in the front door, but they were having difficulty. They were very clumsy, and they were having difficulty with the front door. Now,
So
when
you got a gang of aliens trying to do a B&E, right,
The
in your front door. That
It-
sucks.
there was 5 of them. It was the front door. It's kind of a commercial building, so the whole front of the building is glass, and the doors are glass, so I could see them clearly. And they were trying to get in the front door, but okay, so the tall white, I call him. I believe that's the
Bim, real quick, I have an announcement to make. I got to do a little bit of just hosting, right? We have a guest backstage that we got to get to real quick, and I want to know if we can put a pin in this story and present a part 2, because I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know what happens in the storefront cafe when you're on the internet. I actually want to know what you were looking at. You know, what were you looking up, and if that had anything to do to trigger this event. I'll ask you one question before I go into the next thing. Are you aware of a story by a man by the name of Deep Prasad? He was on the computer and was visited by beings as well. Different. They didn't look the same in stature. They were on the opposite end of the spectrum. Short guys.
Don't know the fella. Never heard of him. No, I'm an engineer, by the way,
Right.
and I don't take drugs.
I want to be there with Mike while y'all react to this. I think.
Pardon me? I didn't hear that last one.
That's Red Panda. He's popping in the mix. Bim, I'm gonna leave you with this. Do you follow Red Panda on YouTube?
No.
Give him a follow. Go there. Go to his channel. Check it out. It's gonna be amazing.
I listen. Okay, yes, I am aware of him. I've heard of him. I listen to Preston Dennett. That's my favorite. I listen to Experiencers. That's my raw data. Okay.
I love it. Bim, put a button in that. We got to get over to UAP Mike, who's in the mix. Do we have UAP Mike's song in here? No. Listen, we got to get it in here though, because right now UAP Mike is dropping bombs on an entire group of wild ones. Mike, welcome to the space. Were you able to hear Bim's story? What'd you think?
Yeah, it sounded like he had a pretty close encounter.
Very close. Very close. Bim, I'm going to pop you backstage. Feel free to chime back in. You can wait around or just call back in towards the end. And we want to get to the part 2 of that story because we're going to get over to
Bim Jim.
Thank you, Bim Jim. Call in anytime, man. That's why we put the link out there. Scroll up for the link if you guys want to call in too. If you got a story for us, we're all ears. We're ready to believe you. So let's get over.
2 hours. I got 2 hours of stories.
There we go. There we go. All right, Bim. Thanks again, man. Mike.
Yo.
Major drops today from the UFO hate group. You got some juicy DMs, dude. Those screenshots are brutal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I got a dump of some of the DMs that I had last night. Was just going through them. Again, the whole point of this is not to just like wholesale show DMs. It's to really show how these DMs are being used to manipulate people. And I mean, yeah, some of them are. I mean, I'm definitely going to be petty about it. I'm not going to. A lot of that is really just about these people who use like DMs as a way to covertly recruit, right, and push people out of the UFO community, and using UFO Twitter dynamics to do that. So I know I've caught flack from people who are like, "Yo, don't show DMs." And like I said, I've seen Chris Mellon showing his DMs. I mean, yeah, and he's redacting them, and yet, people aren't like screaming at him about it, calling him a snitch, and all this other crap. So I think it's important when in the context of kind of what can be shown here.
You really started to wave, Mike. Chris Mellon, Kirkpatrick, everyone's releasing the DMs, and everyone's going full whistleblower mode ever since you did.
Very inspiring.
It's not even a matter of being a whistleblower, as it's really just highlighting. There's no organization, there's no authority I'm telling about this. It's really just showing the community that, yeah, here he is. He was doxing Logan, Full Stack Logan. That was his full name. I graded out. He told this to a bunch of strangers. or at least one stranger that I can think of.
What was his intent, do you think, on sharing this?
I don't know. He's like, he even said, I thought I had sent Logan's mugshot, but maybe I didn't. Like, this guy is he's sending people's mugshots so often, he doesn't even know if he's had sent it already. And, yeah, he just has no shame. Zero shame. And it's gross.
What are we seeing here?
Yeah, so that was, that's Dandy. That's when I had originally reached out to him. I had talked to Craig about finding out what Squidding's background was, like in education. And I was like, yo, how do we find out who this guy is? And he's like, Craig's like, well, I know somebody who's good at finding people or something like that. I'm like, okay, well, who's that? He's like, you got to go to this Dandy. And you can clearly see, you know what I mean? I even said a friend of ours, right? Like, that's the first thing I lead off was like, yo, a friend of me, you know, just so he doesn't think I'm just showing up at his doorstep. Like, somebody told me to come ask you. And then I even laid it out. I'm like, I want to know. And I even stayed in there. I'm like, yo, bro, like, I'm not trying to dox the dude. I don't think this is what we're trying to do here. What I do want to do, though, is be objective and dismantle these people based on their expertise. I think that's an important thing to attack. That's like how when in the professional world, I want to know what my opposition's background is so that when I speak to them, I can speak to their expertise. But as all things, it seems to get carried away. Some people want to take that information and do whatever with it. And it turns out you can go to the other screenshot. There's another one that shows. Well, go to a different one. We'll go to that next one. Yeah, this is the one here where Dandy found Squidding on TikTok. He said, "I'll do some digging." Right, and
now,
like literally,
did he find him like on a personal TikTok or on a Squidding public like TikTok? Was it his like?
He literally looked up "rather be Squidding" and found this guy named Edward whatever.
Oh,
bingo!
Damn. And this is a former co-host of UCR, right? And do you remember why did they want to dox him?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Why did they want to dox him? And this is
question. So it didn't start with the doxing. It started with figuring out who he was, right? And then see that little screenshot of that "rather be Squidding" thing? I took that and I went back to Craig and I'm like, yo, Craig, like, check this out, right? And as soon as I gave him that little like TikTok thing, next thing I know, Craig is sending me "rather be Squidding's" LinkedIn. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, dude, you looked at his LinkedIn. He's going to see that you looked at it. Like, you can see if you have the premium version, right? Like, you can see if people are looking at your shit. So I was like, don't, you know. And Craig's like, no, I did it in some way that he wouldn't be able to tell I looked. I was like, all right. So he sent me the LinkedIn, and then he's like, hey, go ask Dandy if, like, and maybe I don't know where this conversation went. He's like, but like, basically, it's like, go ask Dandy if he can get the woman. And go to that next screenshot. See if you can see it there. No. Well, hold on. What does that say? Go back to that one. Oh, yeah, that's after he finds it. And you can see Dandy right here even saying, like, he's not trying to hide it. And this was legitimate, right? Like, it was legitimately like they just looked this guy up and he legit had this just out there on TikTok like that. Now,
I don't think there's not too much you can say that is even like, you know, wrong with looking somebody up. But this looks like they were doing it with the sole intent to out him. They like wanted to be able to use this information.
It eventually turned into that, right? It turned into who was going to do it. Right. And so the first idea that was floated, if you go back to the screenshot where I have a yellow highlight.
Right here.
Yeah, this was crazy.
So this Craig is you in blue.
Yeah, that's me. Craig was wondering, what if we drop this stuff to Lilith, the crazy woman who doxed Klaus? I'm not familiar with her or whatever, but was wondering what you thought. To be honest, I'm cool with KMF running with it. And then he said, haha, man, she's something else, whatever. Truly wild. Yeah, right. So, yeah, here's other people like him, like, float this idea through. I don't even know who that I just know that person, that Lilith person, is just absolutely nuts.
Well, I
And
got doxxed because I was blamed for her doxing. So to see behind
That was you cut out. You cut out, Red.
Oh, it's to see behind the scenes that they're like trying to feed this person who I got blamed for their actions, and they're trying to like put this weird veneer of like separation between it is pretty strange. I wonder if they did it with the first time around. You know what I mean?
So what Red's referring to, and that's a really good point, dude. Like, at one point, this person, this kind of shadowy figure in UFO Twitter, her name was the woman or Lilith, and she would do the weirdest shit. Like, you ever just meet someone online and they start DMing you, and then all of a sudden they start accusing you of being involved with like Peter Thiel level random there's the most random stuff that I'd ever seen. So I just considered it the ramblings of a mad person and just thought nothing of it. And then there was all these other like things that would come out, and I was like, okay, this person's wild. Never conversed with this person, never plotted, planted, schemed, did anything, and then all of a sudden she doxes Klaus, this figurehead who Mike, you've said Klaus might be the person they're trying to lift up, right? So now the woman shares a bunch of personal information about Klaus and his wife, who are online pushing influence and being, I think, kind of awful anyway, but I'm not doxing these. I don't know anything about this. So she does it off her own account. And then when Klaus talks about it, when he decides to like, hey, I'm going to talk about this, and this isn't okay to get doxed, and you put my family in danger. This guy, Klaus, just added me, Red Panda, B, like just a random group. Was Paranormal Chris in there? Like, we're just because for literally no reason. So now he's got 30, 50,000 followers who all think that Red and I actively doxed him because this other random chick did who has no connection to us. So that's bad on it by itself. And then within a couple weeks, Dandy, friend of Klaus, starts dating the woman. I mean, it reeks to high heaven, this thing, dude. Like, it reeks. Why are they giving information to people who will actively weaponize it? And it's like they're weaponizing people too, right, Mike? Like, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Obviously in this situation, I'm a bit embarrassed because, here's me trying to be like, yo, do not dox this guy. And then at the end of it, I'm just like, yo, kick it to KMF at this point, because there's so many people that were just, as soon as they found out who this guy was, it no longer became like, let's like strategically dismantle him. Every person who found out who he was wanted his head because of the way he had been like treating other people, which, in itself, like, he's not a really mean person, but he's very dismissive and condescending. And I think that rubs people the wrong way. Like, I would love to have like a discussion with that guy. And I really have tried, but I think he knows deep down in his heart that there was a lot of people surrounding him that were very confrontational, like Matt Riot. Matt Riot was somebody who was very close to squidding, unfortunately, and that always caused a lot of problems. So I'm just saying, there were a lot of people, and I definitely got caught up in that sentiment too, that like, yo, fuck this guy. Because he had kind of done me dirty too. I felt like the doxing of my wife and shit in 2022. But at the end of the day, like, they wanted to give it to this like Lilith person. I'm like, yeah, that person sounds like not totally a great idea either.
Bet you they would try to blame us for that too, because it was like
For
weeks
sure.
after the timelines on these.
Can you imagine you're just minding your own business, and then one day someone sends you a public post made by someone with 50,000 followers in a community that you're a part of, and then it just says that you dox them and put their family at risk, and like it's all like you better stop, like fucking talking tough. That was a crazy day, dude. Klaus is stupid for that. Klaus, you're so dumb. This is so dumb. This whole thing is crazy. Mike, I got to commend your, and I know Lou Reviews is going to hate this. And Lou Reviews, what a bitch. So I think that you're not going to come out clean at the other end of this fully, right? But your bravery and being willing to still show these DMs and to be like, okay, this is happening. There's going to be, this stuff is coming out. I got to commend you for it. I got a lot of respect because, you know what I mean? Like it's, they're not going to paint you as the best person in all these things, in all these instances. You were there, you were watching it happen. But when you saw it get a little too far and go a little too hypocritical on their end, you know, your self-respect removed you from it. And I think there's a lot of other people probably in that same group who have self-respect to some point, to some degree. Who do you think is going to be turning on this group next?
Well, I don't want to say like people are turning. It's not even a matter of turning on groups. It's a matter of like being honest that like what is supposed to be about this topic is not about this topic. These people who make memes, right, and pretend like they're your favorite UFO celebrity's best friend, right? They don't care about the topic. They care about themselves and them being adjacent to important people. And they spend more time making sure that they can have that relationship than they do caring about the topic. And like that's the point where and the other thing is like this idea that we care about people also and like we're against like racism and all this stuff. And then I see people turning around and talking about food stamps and social justice and welfare, like using those as weapons to make people feel bad. Like Tupa, like I don't vibe with that at all. And my people who thought they were my friends, I saw them all sit in those chat rooms as Leah Prime said horrible things, you know, look, just in general, like said she was rich, she was going to sue the pants off of everybody she hated, and that, Tupa couldn't get followers with food stamps. And like, it was just so ugly.
Sick burn.
Yeah, and like I don't know, I told her that, and they all and Dandy and all of you guys who sat there in that chat and just like let people say things like that. That karma is all coming back to you. It's not going to even be through me. Like there's some stuff out there that you just shouldn't like let people say, and I know all of you did. Dove, all of you.
Dove's an interesting character. Always in the defense. That one. Always in the defense. Is victimization a tool they use to deflect from the blame of the shit that they do?
Yeah.
They want to victimize themselves.
This whole recruitment thing and like the whole thing with Shake Leather. I mean,
Shake Leather, that was wild.
Some of those things that he sent me unsolicited sent Lou Reviews like apartment number, and I'm sure I wasn't the only person this guy sent it to. He must have sent it to a whole bunch of people. He was sending me Manny Area 503's like records, and again, completely unsolicited. Dude's just like out there. I don't know who he works for. I don't even know his real name is. I don't even know his first name is, last name.
It's crazy. They just want you to run with it for them.
Like he just dumps it into your DMs, and he's just like, "Oh, by the way, here's Lou Review's apartment number, just in case you want to send him a bag of dicks." You're like, "Okay, dude."
So this is, I think this is criminal. I don't know. I'm not going to give you guys advice on this. I just feel like straight up doxing someone and sharing that information privately with other people with the intent to harass them, even if it's a good-natured joke, which it never is, I think is crazy. It's crazy as shit. This is like one of the ugliest things, you know, that you could do is this kind of shit, because you're terrorizing somebody. You know, I don't think Lou is cool. I don't think that he's a cool person. I think he's kind of a bitch, but I mean, like, you know, he's a liar. Lou Reviews lies all day, and he does not give a shit about what he's talking about. And that, you know, he can say something, you could present him proof of the opposite, and as long as it gives him a soapbox to stand on, he'll pretend like he never saw it and keep moving. He needs to be the nicest, most virtuous person in any room that he's in, and that's fake as fuck. But if you get into this stuff here, like, none of that deserves this kind of terrorism. And I think that, like, when you put it in context, these acts, right? Like, let's take Corbell saying that Uplifting Tweets his, what did he say? like the disrespectful memes are still funny. The derogatory memes are funny and just good fun. But like it's terrorism to a certain degree when you combine it with all the other stuff, background checks, you know what I mean? Like all this gang stalking, literally being in groups where people are sharing each other's information for the sole purpose of mocking them, harassing them, sending them things. It doesn't. It's crazy. Now what? I don't know. I don't know what these people are doing where they can't see that. But Mike,
I mean, how about the other one with Shake Leather where he says he's the wonderful researcher, right?
oh, is that one in this?
I mean, you guys were all wondering about who that was. There
Well,
it is.
really was Leia Prime, but he made a fake account to like get the heat off her. So
And
is
he
Shake
ran it
Leather
by
another-
Leah Prime.
Is Shake Leather another Leia Prime?
Yeah, I would appear that way. Yep. And like even here, he says, I got tired of them, you guys, using that moniker to refer to Leah Prime. Leah Prime is not involved in this in any way. That's what he told me. And that was a lie. She was involved. And we found that out later. So he's lying for her too, to me. And so he says, Leah Prime is not involved in any way in this in any way, but she is aware that I took the title and has no issues with it. So Leah Prime gave her blessings on that one. And she knew who exactly was running it. And he said it. So she is as complicit as anyone, and this innocent act is bull. And this proves it. She knew.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what you're saying today about Uplifting Tweets reaching out to Jeremy Corbell to try and get him with the Twitter, and then Uplifting Tweets has a personal connected Twitter? Because we were all scratching our heads of how he was allowed to be brought back when he did that thing against Brian Johnson, who's back today. Good for Brian.
Good for Brian.
Yeah, so all I know is Uplifting Tweets told me he had some sort of real serious connection, a lady at Twitter, high up somewhere, like real high up, like scary high up, a named person that worked at Twitter that was like his wife's family member, maybe, or like an in-law, and he reached out to this person and like laid out that they got, I don't know what the verbiage he said, I don't know what he said, but he said just like one day the ban was lifted, and he attributes it to that, to this like super crazy connection in Twitter that he's got. He said, he had asked Corbell also, and Corbell was like, I can try to help, but I don't know how far that went. But it was definitely this, he was like, he was so shook when he got reinstated, and it was this relative or family relative, somebody or other, that he thinks got him back in after he wrote a Facebook message to them.
So he reached out. He told you explicitly that he reached out to Jeremy, but Jeremy didn't offer any confidence that he'd be able to pull off.
He didn't say like he didn't offer. Like Jeremy's like, I'll do what I can.
Oh, he did offer, but didn't promise.
Like,
anything.
but it didn't sound like it was like, yeah, I'll move this mountain. It
Sure,
like Jeremy was like, yeah, I guess I can help, right? But
and then you're saying to you that possibly what it seemed like to you is that Uplifting has an in-law who he reached out to on Facebook and said, hey, this is my sob story, yada yada. It's all a joke. I'm a comedian. I'm super funny. I was just buying a laugh track, and then within a couple days, it's just taken care of. That's it.
yeah,
Now,
it's crazy.
what do you know of, if anything? Because Corbell celebrated with a special tweet. He celebrated the return of Uplifting and endorsed him as a funny, amazing creator. What happened there? Was that completely on Jeremy's own whim? Was there like, hey, Jeremy, I'm back, and it's like celebrate, or because it seems kind of interesting in my opinion.
No, Fettuccine Split keeps like all its like Jeremy Corbell communication and stuff like that separate. That's his like little trophy. It's a little guard. He likes to gatekeep that, just like he gatekeeps Gary Nolan, which I think is another thing to bring up, is this idea that Ray was talking about, gatekeeping for Gary Nolan, and now I think we realize how she would have done that. Is Fettuccine Split would have been her key. She would have essentially just given a name Fettuccine split, and Fettuccine would have just like told Gary
Did
Nolan
you see
whatever.
Ashton retweeted this one? This was very interesting. This is probably the most interesting drop of the day, right? So this is Uplifting Tweets, Meme Maker for Corbell Show, showing you his DMs with Gary Nolan, for another friend of the show. And yeah, Tupa or Mike, want to break down what's happening here?
Yeah, I want to see if I can zoom in on his. Red, how do you zoom in on these images? Chat, let me know.
Zoom in.
I wish it was just a like a touch zoom. Okay, I'm gonna read what this is. Okay, so this is, and I'm gonna also include the time frame here. This is Gary Nolan. Gary Nolan and Uplifting Tweets are having a DM conversation, and what it looks like is this is right around the time that Jules, another UFO Twitter community member, who found himself on the opposing side of King Milkfart for various reasons. King Milkfart made all these lies about him too, which seems kind of egregious, but whatever. And they so they had a falling out. Jules got Gary Nolan to show up in his spaces. It's a big deal, right? And then here we have probably this is during the spaces, right? We have Uplifting Tweets DMing Gary Nolan, Wednesday, 11:03 p.m. Abort, abort. Jules is very bad news. Gary Nolan. Oh, damn, LOL. Silly me. Why? He's been on me for a while to come into his space. I happen to have a few minutes, and I thought I would. I am blind to the group dynamics. Their questions were decent, though, so hopefully not him. So hopefully no harm done. All right, now you have Uplifting responding with, which I don't think he had to go this far. This is fucking crazy. Uplifting responds with, he lost his nursing license in the UK for abusing patients. He's very charming and has a great voice, but he is very dangerous. Just wanted to make sure that you were aware. Gary Nolan, abusing patients? Okay, that's that then. Please tell me more. There's this, and then he posts a Skyfire news link. What the fuck, dude?
Obviously a KMF account.
He sent Gary Nolan a KMF alt that makes fun of Skyfire news.
I'm not seeing that. Are you on a different page?
Same page. Use glasses or a magnifying glass. Again, guys, I'm gonna figure out how to zoom in on this. Look, we're just doing our best sometimes. So, yeah, that's what it says. It says there's this, and then Uplifting posts a link, and then Gary Nolan says, "Well, that's all I need." Mike, what link is this? What Skyfire news link is that? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I don't know what the link was. I only just got this like dump of like the DMs. I didn't follow any links, so I couldn't tell you. Sorry.
Okay, all good. He goes, well, that's all I need, Gary Nolan says. And then he says, this all Uplifting now follows up with, this all came out about a year ago. He went on a blocking spree. He somehow got a hold of Joe Marianelli's.
Oh, wow, yeah, it is a Skyfire news link. That's hilarious. I didn't even realize that the first time around.
Dude.
These freaking guys, dude. Yes.
Got a hold of his phone number and started sending unsolicited dick pictures from different phone numbers. Is that true? Has King Milkfart Marianelli, has he provided any evidence that Jules has done this? Or is this like every other one of his claims that he says, just trust me 100%, this guy for sure did this? What's the truth there? What do you know about that, Mike?
I don't know. First of all, I'm glad I've never seen dick pics. So
same. I've never seen anyone's dick in ufology. I'm pretty pumped about that. Pretty jazzed.
Even Stephen Greer.
You know what? Even Greer. He's always a gentleman. Triage surgeons are of a different breed. Mike knows that. Dude. Okay. So yeah, super hung. What is the link, Red? What's the link?
I can't find it's too like where it cuts off the middle because it's just trying to save space, but it is definitely a Skype news link. which is, as we
Hey.
said, King Milkbart, the person who false DMC. The reason we can't stream YouTube
Breaking-
right now. Yeah.
Breaking news: Kent saying that he's lying about Jules. Well, fucking sure he's lying. He's never told the truth about anyone in the community, and people still use him as a reference. So here we have the kind of an answer to questions that I think have been popping up for well over a year about what do these upper echelon people know about the behavior of each other or behavior of us plebes down here in UFO Twitter land. And I really think they don't know a lot. Gary Nolan just seems to be trusting who he trusts, and he has a reason to trust Uplifting because Uplifting is probably co-signed by Mike. Who is Uplifting co-signed by that would give Gary Nolan confidence that he should trust him?
Well, I mean, obviously, Fettuccine does Jeremy Corbell's some of his podcasts, like artwork. Not all of it, obviously, but some of it. I would say the reason why I think he gets connected with Gary Nolan, I think Gary Nolan just likes his memes. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's probably. I don't think it has anything really to do outside of that.
Well, he carries water for them.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure Gary loves the memes that make him look super buff and hot. And like, why would you not like that? It's strokes Gary's ego. And
hey, we did a whole segment yesterday celebrating that Gary Nolan liked the song, so we get it. You know what I mean? We get it. But at the same time, I'm not DMing Gary, telling him what looked like slanderous lies about a community member. I mean, this sounds crazy.
This is some super entitled. I don't know, like, how entitled do you have to be to think that you can tell Gary Nolan who he should and shouldn't be interacting with? It just goes to show you how powerful these people think they are. Like, they literally reach out to the number one UFO guy in our community and feel entitled enough to tell him you shouldn't be interacting with Jules. Like, who the hell is Jules? Who cares?
Dude, he goes, abort, abort, abort. Like, this is bad news. He's dangerous. That's crazy.
Like, Jules was like Jeffrey Dahmer or something.
You know, when I found out that people were reaching out to podcasts and stuff before Ashton Forbes got a chance to go on there and win or lose, you know, on his own merit, he was sabotaged. Death by 1,000 cuts. That's how a reputation can be lost sometimes, right? If it can't be done in one fell swoop, they'll just keep calling, and they'll keep reaching out, and they'll keep calling. And it's wild. It's wild. Mike, you're dropping major fucking bombs. What's next? What's next, dude? What's on the who's going down next, dude?
Oh, I mean, like, again, I'm just going through whatever, like, the DMs that I got that came through to just to make sure, like, people. I would suggest, if, like, there have been people who are around me who have not been honest and have been complicit with this behavior, I think they should come forward. Come forward now before I go through these and find it. Like, and again, if I have done something, and this is the other thing that's hilarious, is all of these people, they know I have not done any of this, like, seriously wicked stuff, and they need to go through DMs to try and engineer something, right? And I'll be honest, if I've done something, come forward and tell me. Show me where I did it, and I'll go find it. But I'm not going to just, like, be some open book on my DMs so everyone can just, like, read every single thing that they can digest. I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to find what I think is relevant. And you don't like it, go get your own fucking DMs and do that with.
I love
you know
it.
What I mean?
I love it, dude.
Go out there and suffer with these idiots and these two-faced, hypocritical morons who think I can't tell the difference between someone who's sincere about caring about others and not.
Like you just said, you advise people come forward. Who do you think? Who do you want to come forward? You know what I mean? Dandy.
No, Dandy won't. Dandy is like the dirty work.
He's in too deep.
Dandy knows and has done a lot of things that I think would get him in hot water, and I think he knows that. So I don't think he will ever come forward, just because he could probably get in trouble for some stuff. KMF is the number one attack dog. He is the one that he is like knows where everybody's bed. He knows where the bodies are buried for everyone because everyone goes to him to do the dirty work. So I don't think you're ever going to see him turn in evidence. Ray is running the show. She's never going to do anything. She tried to go through my wife's DMs with her and like try to make her look bad just recently. It was pretty funny. Like my wife just called someone a bitch, you know.
Ray's kind of an asshole. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, she's like the worst. I think
Just gonna
the
go out on a limb.
absolute worst. She is like the manifestation of suck. Really, just horrible person. A soul sucking, awful demon is what I'd say. And yeah, I don't like her at all. And as a matter of fact, some of the next message I think I sent. I don't know. Did you see what I sent you? You see it. You saw it. Did you read that? I don't know. You can put that up right now if you want in your DMs. If you want to put that up, I haven't put that out yet.
Okay, let's see it. This is the one from Uplifting talking about spiraling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I highlighted what I was responding to, which I think is probably the more shock. Remember, I think I told you, right? They told me that KMF and you Uplifting Tweets had a conversation about Ray.
Uh-oh.
Right? So that I don't know if you want to read that or
Total Yoko Ono moment. Let's get over to the guys. This is breaking news. No one's seen this yet. You're seeing it here. If you haven't liked or followed Skyfire News or Tupacabra or Red Panda Koala on YouTube and Twitter, please make sure you do that now. That'd be really helpful. Keeps the channel going, keeps the show going, keeps the news coming. Without further ado, here is the breaking tweet DM. So what we're looking at here, let's clean this up a little bit. Just a little bit. What we're looking at here is a DM from Uplifting Tweets, and that's great. Let's get this comment out of here. Boom. Boom, shakalaka. Oh, we're going to put more up. Here's what it says. It says, spiraling with Ray, and I was
just
like...
read the... I think we should... Hold on.
Oh, right here. Okay, you got a highlighted version right here with the full thing. I had a talk with KMF. This is Uplifting Tweets to you, Mike.
Yeah.
I had a talk with KMF a while back when shit seemed to be spiraling with Ray. And I was like, should we talk to Klaus, Ray's husband, and see if we can help her? He was like, no, man, stay the fuck out of that. So that's KMF to Uplifting. No, man, stay the fuck out of that. Mike, you say any idea why? Did KMF try and say something? Maybe, I get that. Maybe it didn't work out. And he says, no. Uplifting says, no. His mentality was to let Klaus handle it, not involve ourselves, and I think he was right on the money. The more I think about it, I can't control anyone but myself. What the fuck kind of weird... I think I sort of suggested it in a space, and Klaus stopped interacting with me for over a month. Oh, this is weird. That's the most telling thing, I think, that explains the dynamic. Klaus stopped interacting with me for over a month. So was Uplifting craves that interaction, or is it because... Was he mad at Uplifting, or he had to distance himself from him? So Uplifting says, hey, Klaus, check your wife. And Klaus is like, I'm not going to talk to you for a month. But the way he brings it here, interacting with me, right? So, but Uplifting and Klaus, they don't talk outside of Twitter, or they do?
Oh, I think they do.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, Klaus, like Uplifting Tweets is like the consigliere to Klaus. Like when I started having problems with whatever they were doing, Klaus like told Uplifting Tweets, and Uplifting Tweets told me, Klaus is like, I'm worried about Mike. Like you're some like mafia boss worried about me. What are you worried about me? You worried about yourself. That's what you should be worried about. Worried about your wife, who's an absolute emotional terrorist, because those are the next DMs that are coming out, are the ones of me and Uplifting discussing the absolute emotional terrorism that was Ray. That person, and everyone knows it, and it's horrible.
Dude, that is awful. It's emotional terrorism. I totally agree. Fuck people who do that. I think that's awful. Kimball with the bomber here. Ray is a therapist, so you guys are actually gaslighting her right now. Fuck if that's not her truth every 5 minutes, dude. Ray's the kind of person who will criticize you and everything about you for like 20 minutes. And then if you get brought up to the stage and have equal voice, she spends the first 20 minutes, like the next couple minutes, just degrading you, making sure that no one in the audience listens because you're a bad person. And then is like, but don't talk about me also. I remember one time she was like,
imagine the entitlement of her showing up in my spaces and
Dude,
telling other people
I remember
they're
that.
not allowed to address her.
That was the
while she's
funniest
up
thing.
on stage.
I wish
Like,
I had a
what are you
clip.
talking about?
I wish I had a clip, dude. Mike's hosting a space. What was it, in the earlier this year or last year? He's hosting a space, and Ray's talking mad shit about somebody again. Then Mike, you let what was it, Kimball or Red up, and before they got a chance to talk, she was like, "Just don't address me." Don't address me. And then Mike goes, listen, Ray, like, you're in my space. Like, if you're on stage, people are going to address you, and I can't stop that. Like, you're going to get addressed, okay? And she was like, well, okay. It was so
Yeah,
funny.
like, where do you imagine going into a room full of people and, like, finding parts of people, like, you can't talk to me while I'm here, by the way. Like, what?
I mean, that really fits the profile of some elitist, privileged, you know what I mean? Like, person.
Elite, privileged, entitled.
Yeah.
Entitled is the most, like, I think the best description of that.
Yeah.
She's like, brown man Sam can't talk to me. Okay, I'm here.
I'm an undesirable. Wild. KMF does worse. I'm not his boss. I do less. He needs to be removed from the community. Listen, guys, what is a homegrown op was attempted on Chupacabra and Red Panda and anyone else who decided not to leave our spaces. And it looks like it's going to ruin a lot of people's lives. This looks like it, like, at least ruin their year. You know what I mean? Could you imagine trying so hard at something and failing? That's rough. That's rough. Publicly too.
And these are the same people, right, that are like dogging Jason Sands too, right? Like, this is everyone who's like, I gotta wait for my heroes to tell me if it's okay to like listen to this guy. Listen for yourself. Like, these people are just followers. They're not real leaders. I'm not saying like having an opinion on Jason Sands makes you a leader, but these people are definitely not leaders.
Right.
Okay. Uplifting Tweets is not a leader. He's a coward with a capital C. Yeah, and he's like, I'll kick your ass or whatever it is. He's a coward. He's a coward for acting like this. He's a coward for letting his friends be disgusting human beings in chats. He's a coward for propping KMF up despite all of the ugly stuff he does. Uplifting Tweets is the ultimate coward.
Uplifting, you're getting called out. If you want to come on the show sometime and talk about your side, defend yourself, explain yourself, you're more than welcome. You're always welcome on Chupacabra, on Skyfire. I'm sure Red Panda agrees, you know. Come on here, explain yourself. It must suck being called a coward in public for being a little bitch, but I mean, hey, you made your bed. I would only suggest that you have some time to reflect.
Klaus is another coward too.
Klaus is such a coward. He has to like make these lies, then disappear. I've been on Twitter for a couple years, and Klaus has deactivated his account fucking 20 times. Makes a big deal about it. I'm getting harassed. Meanwhile, they run, what is it, that other account that has nothing but does nothing but fucking talk shit about me for like a year and a half. It's crazy. Playing victim. I guess, you know what I mean? It's just it's a whole bunch of bullshit.
Pepper says, can't wait for combat in the desert. LOL.
I don't know. Just come to Washington. There's like an open combat rule. You can just agree to do it, and then
Dude, Rob Heatherly's son, KMF, we're gonna get.
I'll box everybody. I'll box everybody. That'd be so fun. We can do it.
Like water guns or something.
We can definitely do it. Guys, I want to get into the Vegas kid. All right, because right now he is saying that he's seeing demons. You guys aware of this? You guys aware?
Yeah,
of
this was crazy. You saw this, Mike, right?
No, if I did.
This is new. The Vegas kid is now claiming like a hitchhiker effect type thing, and that he thinks he might have seen a demon now and not an alien.
No, I have not seen it.
And look.
Let me bring this up. Oh, yeah. Let's get into it.
We can take a video and look at whether or not there is an artificial artifact added to it or not. And in this case, we can definitively say, to a degree of scientific certainty, that this entity, this thing in the video, is there in the physical reality in which the Kenmore family is also there. Like, this is so critical because you can clearly see through the slots in the fence that there is a leg motion moving from the right to the left side of the screen. And clearly
the hell
is behind there. So this isn't just like a head floating in space. This is a head of that is somehow that does not have full opacity. That the opacity of the head of the shadow is only at about 33%.
This is not the video I thought it was.
Versus a normal shadow, which
but this
it's
is
not, but it's honestly worth watching too.
It's so good.
Object in the screen, which is at 100%. And this isn't anything that you did. It's just what you were able to determine that this shadow being, or this being in the shadows, possibly creating its own shadow or smoky filter or cloaking technique, is not only cloaking itself from the people there, but cloaking itself from the camera itself, in that it's
what kind of
minimizing
cloaking
our ability to identify pixels inside of that shadow.
Does that look more like an alien or a demon? Looks like a demon.
I don't know. I've never seen a demon.
They paint them all the time. They painted them back in the day.
You mean they paint them?
They would paint.
I don't know that's what they look like.
I don't think so. I don't think that's what they look like. But because they painted them, it's the image we built in our own heads, you know. So like, we can't help but to see it. I mean, this dude's over here talking about cloaking. He has absolutely no information that they're cloaking, or that maybe it's made of smoke. You know, the idea that it's trying to mask itself as opposed to being, you know, mostly unseen by people. You know, it's a big assumption. But the graphic they use look very similar to the aliens and Signs, and I could talk about that for 1,000 hours about why Signs is about demons, but we won't go into there. What I will.
I sent Christian the link in chat. Do you have the other video though up? Or you're pulling it up? Yeah, that analysis was weird.
It was weird. I didn't expect to see that. Red, tell us what the Hitchhiker effect is.
What's up?
You want to tell us what the Hitchhiker effect is while I find the clip?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the Hitchhiker effect is something that's written about a lot in Skinwalkers at the Pentagon. And it seemed to even be mentioned in the Kona Blue thing as one of the medical things they wanted to study. And it's basically just as, like, whenever people see poltergeist or UFO stuff or weird anomalous stuff, sometimes there'll be an element of it that, like, seems to follow the person around, almost like a disease, and maybe even infect other people near them, even if they go home, like, hundreds of miles away from wherever the event occurred or something like that. So, yeah.
Perfect breakdown. Real quick, let's get over to the clip.
What's interesting also, Alex, in the year, almost a year that has passed, is that something else has begun to happen, they say, now inside the home. And they're very afraid of what they have been, what they say that they have been witnessing inside their home. Can you describe what it is they're telling you?
Yeah, and I think that's the reason why Angel has pivoted from calling what he saw that night an alien instead, now calling it a demon, because he feels like he's seeing so much paranormal activity and just strange, unexplainable things happening inside of his home. There was two anecdotes, one in particular that we're about to show you that literally made the hairs on my arm stand up just because it is so freaky, so unexplainable. We have a segment of that part of the conversation.
You mentioned paranormal activity. What exactly did you see?
Well, I was in another room. My brother called me, and there was a upside-down cross, and there was a Jesus statue in it. They ripped Jesus out of it. They threw him like across the room, and it was floating upside down.
Are you saying floating in the air?
Yeah, like in the air. It was floating upside down.
What did you do? I mean, did you go pick it up? Did you knock it down? Like how?
No, I didn't do nothing. I was just sitting there. I was crazy. I was like, what?
But how did it come down? It's not still floating right now, is it?
No, it came down. So we got closer to it and then it dropped.
It fell to the ground. A crucifix.
Yeah.
Floating in the air, upside down. The Jesus on the crucifix had been ripped off.
Yeah.
And it was floating.
Yep.
And you can say definitively, without lies, that that is what you saw.
Yes. Swear to God, that's what I saw.
What do you
Straight
believe
up.
that is? How could something like that happen? That's not physically possible in this world.
And that's just one story of many stories of
Can you pause it
paranormal
real
activity
quick?
that's happened inside this house, according
time.
to Angel.
What do you think?
Who this experience did that remind you of? It reminded me of UFO shame a little bit.
Oh, little objects. You know, that's. I mean, it's such a common experience with the hitchhiker effect. These mild paranormal or poltergeist type things. The house is such a strange place. Things be happening, right? The idea that they're now describing their experience as demonic. I hadn't seen this clip before, just now, but I'm trying to tell y'all something's going on, right? That's why now they've changed their tune. We're talking about demons now, and now it's affecting the crucifix in their house. Of course, these are stories, but he said there's even more. I wonder if there's going to be a movie about these guys. You know, Doty's friend, Eric, isn't he always talking about this? He never let the Vegas sighting go.
Yeah, apparently there's this weird thing with like lights or something. Your cameras set up around the houses after the event and then taken down.
Right. Well, damn. Okay. Well, this is spooky as shit. We're going to keep an eye on this, guys. My camera computer connection, something's going on with it. It craps out after about an hour. And this time we went slightly over, so we're crapped out of that. So I can't say bye to you. Thanks for the compliments on the new haircut. Red, thanks for coming through. I know we were super busy. We're keeping the channel alive. Skyfire News here at Tupacabra Vids on YouTube. Mike, again, huge respect for you coming out, sharing this stuff, letting us know, right? You're essentially ending the gaslighting, all the gaslighting attempts that could possibly happen, because you're validating this by showing the proof, showing the receipts.
And I just want to also say, like, KMF is out here floating some racist stuff, saying I'm saying stuff like that, and like he's putting out a whole bunch of screenshots that are edited, that are not true, right? So, if you're someone who's like standing up against racism, like what you were with Tupa, but you're also running around with KMF, who's running around saying racist stuff and attributing it to other people falsely, you're missing the point. So I'll leave with that.
Yeah, and let's not forget the whole whistleblower Mike arc is what this group hella targeted our channel for and got us shut down. So they don't want this info coming out. They're willing to lie about copyright claims to get channels taken down, you know? So it's important to talk about.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, Mike. We'll see you in a space or something later. And Tupa, I will see you later. Are you there? Muted.
I've been talking for so long, dude. So yeah, sounds my bad. Sounds good. Red Killer Show. Guys, thanks again for popping in here. If you don't subscribe, please do. Please do. We're growing these channels. I don't just talk about the news. Go through my channel while you're here. Go through it. I got some cool videos. I got
Skyfire
2
will
films.
return. Free Skyfire News. Put hashtag Free Skyfire News everywhere you go.
Oh,
All right,
we should create a shirt, a free. Okay, merch coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. Merch coming soon. Thank you, guys.
It burns when I breathe, but there is no comparing to the shade. Must feel like to simply be dead and read. Oh Lord, you make daring
off what you told me. This next time you might remember Richard Doty. Bitch, I got it, girl. I'd have been it where your mama at. Papa soda. It don't matter where the drama at. Bitch, you got a Ford out the state, but it's with that. What you know about Tractor Lords on 6 and clay trapping? I got a 40 cal, ain't that a tall white dame I met at a party out in Compton, and I'm high, super fucking high now. It's bopped and we mobbed and Bugatti in a UFO and it's autopilot and I can't see the road, and that's a feature. I'm getting dome in a UFO built by Nazi witches from a time portal set up by Egyptian mystics in a Cold War time walk through different dimensions. It's a fucked up system of egos and bitches. Anyways, I'm getting domed up by white girl on white girl. Space Coke. Wanna firearms on coke. I told the Pope that we got the bag and coming through. One blue alien, a red panda, 3 white girls in blue. Oh,
It's my birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying, fucking dying. 'Cause Gary Nolan blocks me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me why he shared Chris Bartell's brain scans on TV. It's my birthday, friends all around. I should feel lucky, but I looked at my phone and seen that Gary Nolan blocked me. What the hell? How does he even know about me? The cake comes out, everyone is smiling. I know I should be happy too, but I'm dying, fucking dying. Because Gary Nolan blocks me. The world is crumbling all around me. I wanted Gary to tell me what aliens are planning, and I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scans. And I can't blow out my candles because of all of these scandals. It's a shame. I brought all my homies to the stage, and now it's my birthday.
Took a drive to feel alive. I saw you there in the sunset. Made a point to light a joint there in the sunset. But when I took out my phone to prove this even happened, I couldn't record it and the aliens are laughing. The UFO turned me into a clown. My friends think I'm crazy. I can't turn around. I think I'm going crazy, crazy. You killed a cow to show your love to a God that would kill you, just to prove its love for an alien beneath you. Now what will you do heresy. Oh God, I think I'm going crazy. Take a drive to feel alive. I saw you there at the sunset. I made a point to light a joint there in the sunset. But when I took out my phone to prove this even happened, I couldn't record it, and the aliens are laughing.
Yeah, on paper, they're a better team. Right. They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you.